Greetings, everyone. Today is the last day of our 9-day Navarasa series, Decoding the 9 emotions of Navaratri. Today's emotion is peace that reflects deep calmness and relaxation. It means being content and represents complete harmony between the mind, body, and universe. Today, we have with us Dr. Sonia, who is a mental and behavioral health practitioner. And with her, we will get enlightened on how to lead peaceful lives while we are pursuing our ambition and our goals. Welcome to the show, Dr. Sonia.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. As said by Megha, I am Dr. Sonia Kriplani, and I have been in this field since I have experience of 20 years. And I have worked with a lot of emotions. And of that, peace is considered to be the mother of all emotions, because if you are peaceful in and out, that is within and out of your being, then you are at peace. I mean, that the other emotions like love, anger, frustration, anxiety, happiness, everything is it follows peace. If you are at peace, you are automatically, you have other positive emotions in you. So for me, peace is mother of emotions. It is also known as antidote of stress, anxiety, depression, frustration. Now, if you talk of peace, for me, peace, I consider peace as a positive energy, attracting calm empathy. That is what I always say peace to be. And now, for me, I teach various techniques, as you know, how you can be peaceful. So there are many things you all know, like, you should meditate, you should exercise, you should eat properly, you have to sleep properly. So these things, if you do regularly, you will be at peace. Because if you are at peace with your physical body, mentally and emotionally also, you will be at peace at least 50%. If you
Sure.
are in pain, even if you are a peaceful person, still, you will feel little restless and you will feel little unrest in your body. So first is, if you talk of physical, mental, emotional, and of course, spiritual. So when you practice peace, it has to be in all, you have to like target all the four things. Physically, how you can be at peace, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. So when we talk of physical peace, that physical peace in sense, you have to eat nutritious, you have to eat in time, you have to hydrate your body. Hydration is very important,
Sure.
because if you know that we are 75% water, our
Yes.
body is made up of 75% water. And ocean, if you know ocean, so we are an ocean, where we are just like, if you see an ocean, you will see that high tides, low tides in an ocean. But if you ever been underwater, or if you've seen underwater, there is a lot of stillness underwater. You will find there is no ripples, no waves. You'll find all the underwater creatures are just, they seem so much in harmony. So harmony is very important when you want to be at peace. Harmony with yourself, harmony with others. So you are nothing but an ocean.
True.
So always consider yourself to be an ocean, and you will see even in ocean, or if you see in a river body of water. If you just throw a stone on, just ever try throwing stone on the water, you will just find superficial ripples. But then when the stone goes down, there are no ripples underwater.
True.
So we are also like that. When anyone comes and tells you something, or any situation disturbs you, just imagine that to be a rock. Someone is just hitting a rock at you. And as you are a body of water, that comes and hits you. But
Sure.
whatever expression you have, like anger, maybe you feel sad, maybe you feel low, that is just superficial.
True. So, doctors,
Don't allow you
my
to seep
question to
inside you.
you is that, as you're talking about, what is peace, and you're talking about if somebody throws a stone and this thing. So, my question to you is that, you've given such a fantastic definition of peace and how we should be at harmony and why we should be at peace. However, as human beings, we do, face difficult situations. We face different kind of people. We have stress at work. We have so much, things to deal with. So how should, as per you, how can we practice peace and not allow others or situations or people not affect us and be at peace, lead a stress-free life?
Okay, so now peace has only one mantra, which is I am safe and secure.
Okay.
This is one mantra, one affirmation. When you affirm, you actually go in peace. Now, the reason being is when we are born, that our umbilical cord is cut. You remember, you know that. So
True.
as soon as the umbilical cord is cut, the child feels that he's unsafe. Now, who is going to feed him? Now, what's going to happen in this world? He has to face a lot of things. From that day onwards, this feeling of unsafety and insecurity starts.
Sure.
And this remains in his subconscious mind.
Sure.
So now, very easy technique
Okay.
is, where you can actually feel safe and secure is you just hold with your right palm, you just hold your left wrist like this.
Okay. So my right hand, I hold my left wrist. Okay.
Yeah, your palm should be on the inner side of the wrist.
Okay.
Palm, inner side. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
It should be like this.
Yeah.
And you have to just say to yourself 3 or 4 times that I am safe and secure. Take a deep breath. Just inhale 4, you hold 7, and you exhale slowly 8. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, like slow inhale. You hold 7, count 7 in your mind. And then you exhale very slowly as possible to the count of 8. And while you're doing this, you just have to keep on affirming that I am safe and secure.
Wow. Actually, there is sudden shift, basically there's certain level of calmness, in the mind. I can feel the difference. So I think,
Because this is the subconscious, it's the subconscious mind is getting the message that I am safe and secure.
okay,
There is, see, why I'm telling you this, because when you are facing, and you asked me the question was when we face situation at that moment, what we should do. Now,
true.
I'm telling you at that moment what to do. So
Hmm.
another very easy technique is you just press here.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
This immediately calms your mind. Immediately.
Okay.
And this is also known as life savior point. If you are feeling dizzy, vertigo, you are feeling like uneasy, restless, you
Hmm.
just press this point. It is called life saving point.
Oh, acha. Nice.
Yeah, even if a person you can see is maybe going into an attack, also if you press this, at least for that very moment, he'll be saved till he gets help. So this is also, this immediately calms your mind. These are all immediate reactions.
Wow. And these are very simple techniques, easy to do techniques. They can be practiced by people in the corporate world, wherever they are, when they are sitting in their cubicle or in a meeting room or while traveling, waiting for the flight, in the cab. So I think, thank you so much, Dr. Sonia. These are really powerful, easy to do technique, and they don't take time. The best part is they don't take time. So it's not like I have to cut out some another half an hour for doing these techniques.
No, it hardly takes you 1 or 2 seconds just to hold and breathe. And
True.
this is especially very big for corporates. So just imagine they're sitting in a boardroom with a meeting, so many people, and they at that time they feel anxiety, they feel very restless. So all they have to do is, keep their hands on their palm. Anyways, you can't see the hands. And just hold the wrist and just, you don't even have to breathe. You just have to tell yourself that I'm just safe and secure. You just have to say that. It's chanted like a mantra.
Very nice. Thank you, doctor. Thank you for this
And it has an
technique.
immediate action.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I could feel the difference when I did it. So I'm sure when I'll do it in a in a more calm environment when I'm not talking, basically, and then it'll have more impact.
In fact, the best part of no, Megha, the best part of it that is that this is specially designed when you are in a chaotic situation,
Oh, okay.
not when you are in a calmful situation. You are supposed to do this when you are in a chaotic situation,
Okay. So currently
so
I'm
that it calms you down.
sure. Yeah, that's a very good tip.
Yeah, if you are already at peace, it's not going to make you any difference. It is only when you're very restless that
Hmm.
you actually do this.
Very nice, very powerful technique. So my next question is, when we, from the corporate standpoint, you know, how do we differentiate between, contentment and ambition? As per you, are they two opposite emotions, or they can also work in peace and harmony? Is it, should we be ambitious or should we be content? So what are your thoughts on that?
For me, ambition and contentment is two sides of the coin.
Okay.
Like both are needed to grow in life. Okay. Ambition is very necessary if you want to really grow in life. And contentment is also necessary because if you just keep on growing and don't take rest, then you will burn yourself out. So you have to know where to stop.
Okay.
And therein comes contentment. So
Okay.
for me, ambition and contentment is like morning and night.
Oh,
Morning, you're ambitious because you are out to work. And in the night, you need to take rest. You need to recharge yourself for the next morning. So therein comes contentment, where you are content with what you have done the whole day. You're happy with what you've done the whole day, and you can just go and have a restful sleep. And next day, you wake up with all energy and again, all get ambitious and go out in the world. And then, like start working with your full energy. So for me, ambition and contentment is nothing different. They are a part of you, which is important in both in the. And I think you should never be only content. You should never be only ambitious.
true.
If
Yeah.
I say in terms of hormones, because nowadays you all must have heard a lot about dopamine and serotonin. It seems to be in the air everywhere. Everywhere is talking about dopamine and serotonin.
True.
So actually, if you go to see, ambition is dopamine and contentment is serotonin.
Okay.
And before 4 o'clock,
Mhm.
dopamine is released in the body. That is why you'll see after 4 or 5, you suddenly start feeling little lethargic. You just want to take rest. You want to go home. You just want to have a relaxed, a peaceful evening. That because slowly the serotonin starts getting released at that time. And if you force your body to work at that time, since there is very less dopamine, then your body starts getting very tired in the night.
Sure.
But yes, there are techniques where you can release dopamine, but that is like an emergency. When you actually need it, you are in work, you can't go and take rest. Then there are few techniques which we teach so that the person releases dopamine for that short time.
Okay. Okay. So
So that,
any technique that you would want to share?
yeah, yeah, sure. So one very important technique is, when you want to release dopamine is just put your little chin up and you look up. Just your eyeballs should go up. So immediately dopamine is released and you will be full of energy.
Okay. That's another
And
simple.
also and you also exhaust yourself. See, now one more thing also I would like to share with you that every emotion is controlled by a certain organ. Now, peace is related to lungs and spleen. These two organs are related to peace. Now, lungs is grief, sadness,
Mhm.
and spleen is whatever we are facing in daily activities, like daily activities. Those emotions, whatever we are facing, is hoarded by the spleen. So if you want you to be peaceful, you have to have a healthy lung and spleen. Always remember.
Okay.
So then you should maintain your respiratory health and you have to maintain your splenic health. So for this also we have certain, I can just tell you like some pressure points, which if you press those, then your lung health and your spleen health is also healthy. You see, these are energy meridians. So I'll just tell you one lung, which really like maintains your lung health. So this you can use it, especially in COVID this time. This is very important because your mostly lungs are affected. So this, if you practice every day for 2 to 3 seconds, not even more. So all you have to do is you have to just hug yourself, like
Okay.
just do it. You just do like this.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see.
No, this one should be under the underarm.
Okay. 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 Got it.
And thumb should be out. Just put your thumb out.
Okay.
Thumb, only the thumb out.
Okay.
Yes. So now where your thumb is,
Hmm.
you just press that point.
Okay.
I mean, inside the fingers and this thumb.
Hmm.
Just press that area.
Okay.
This is very good to maintain your lung health. Even if you're asthmatic, you can cure asthma with it.
Okay. That's nice.
You
And
have cough, cold, anything. And even if you're feeling very sad, you are in grief, if you do this, your sadness goes.
okay. Very nice.
This is one point, and another point is this backside. See?
Mhm.
So
Right.
just put 3 fingers here. So wherever this third finger is coming,
Hmm.
or you can press all 3 fingers if you want, just press this.
Okay.
This is very good to increase your immunity.
Okay.
So immunity, not only physical immunity, you also become mentally, emotionally, and spiritually strong. So this is very good to develop your resilience.
Okay.
This is, I'm telling you all the short tips. And for spleen, remember the spleen point is, if see this little finger,
Yeah. So this will be on the left hand, right?
any hand, this is any hand.
Any hand. Okay.
So this left finger, I mean
Hmm.
pinky finger,
Yeah.
and this finger, this
Ring.
finger,
Yeah.
the ring finger.
True.
This is called the ring finger.
Yeah.
So just go below this ring finger,
Hmm.
and you see this is called the heart line. The
Yeah.
first line is called the heart line. So when you go below the ring finger, just you go straight down, you go below the heart line
True.
and press that point.
Hmm.
That is for spleen.
Okay.
So if you want to be peaceful in a long term, so you have to every day at least for 2 to 3 seconds press this point, and you hug yourself and press that thumb, that axilla point I told. So
True.
even if you press these 2 points, it is more than enough for you to maintain your lung and spleen, and also when you have your lung and spleen is healthy, you're automatically at peace.
True. Very powerful techniques, and actually I love the simplicity of these techniques because they take only hardly a few seconds and few minutes, and they can be practiced
Yeah.
anywhere. So thank you, doctor, so much for teaching us these techniques. And so now I'm becoming a little more greedy. So so let me ask you, when we are facing any stressful situation, or then what do we do?
See, when you are stressed, what happens? You get anxiety, right? You
Yeah.
get very anxious. So a very simple technique I teach you when you get anxious is just press this point. That's it.
Okay.
You know where we made this bindi?
Hindi, yes.
Just press that point. Believe me, your anxiety level will go zoop down.
Okay. So I
And another thing is just do like this. Hold all the 5 fingers like this.
hmm,
Yeah. Now, these 5 fingers are the 5 elements of our body. We are made of 5 elements, if you know. The entire universe is made of 5 elements. The more you practice keeping your hands like this, there is a harmony between the 5 elements of your body. So your body starts working in harmony.
okay.
And with this like this, this is the master point.
Okay.
At the top of your head, this is called the master point. If
Hmm.
you can't do anything, at least 2 times a day, once in the morning and once in the night, you just tap this point with holding all the 5 fingers together 9 times. Once, as soon as you get up in the morning, 9 times, you can do more, minimum 9 times. Just tap like this 9 times. Yeah. And in the night, you also tap 9 times before you retire. So automatically, you will not allow the stress levels to come in. And another very good way of handling stress is, see what happens in stress, there is this upsurge of cortisol hormone.
Mhm.
So the best way to tackle the cortisol hormone and to make it go back to from where it has come, you just should remember to sleep or retire or rest between 10 to 10:30 p.m. at night.
Okay.
So that is the best time, any time between 10 to 10:30. If you take rest, only remember that there should be no light around you.
Okay.
You can just lie down, you can sit relaxingly, you put on a light music, you can, just maybe put some nice burn some nice aroma. You can create an ambience if you want, or you can just lie down, close your eyes, and you can just hear some om chanting or any music which you like, as long as it has no words.
Okay.
And any time between 10 to 10:30, not necessarily the full half an hour. Even if 5 minutes, you can do this, minimum 5 minutes. Your cortisol level goes down immediately.
Okay. So essentially, I don't need to sleep within that time, but I can just take a little a nap or a little break between that time of
Yeah,
as much
yes, yes.
minutes as it's possible, because some people like to prefer to work late. So I think that's also a very good way of, boosting our energy levels. Am I correct, doctor?
Yes, yes, yes. It's like taking a cat nap. You know the word cat nap, we say cat nap. So
Yeah.
after that, the cat literally stretches herself and gets up. Now
Okay.
the reason, if you can learn lots from the cat. The cat, if you see, keeps on stretching.
Mm.
Now the reason is when you stretch, you stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
Now, parasympathetic nervous system is I am safe and secure. It keeps you peaceful, and it also gives you energy. So immediately at that very moment, you just rest for 5 minutes, and then you get up with a stretch as if you've taken a cat nap. So just stretch yourself like, and yawn. Yawning is very important. I will like you must be knowing of all the neurotransmitters, right? There are so many neurotransmitters, the main five which are there.
True.
So if you see yawning and smiling, these two are the only activities which releases all the neurotransmitters at same time.
Okay.
Like other activities are released, like one will release oxytocin, one will release dopamine. But yawning and your smiling releases all the neurotransmitters at one go. And how do you know that your neurotransmitters are getting released? When you yawn, you have to keep on yawning till your tears come out or till your eyes get moistened.
Okay.
That means then you can stop. That means neurotransmitters have got released. And when you smile, try to smile with this lip little upward. So what you can do, you can stretch your lips and take it little up.
Okay.
They say that the margin of the end of the lips are looking at the eyes. We call that. So you have to, this end tips should look up at the eye like.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
So these two activities also make you very peaceful.
Wow. I mean, I'm amazed, I'm learning such new, simple tricks to practice. And, so I'll definitely incorporate them in my daily schedule because they're easy and they don't take much time. Thank you, doctor, once again for sharing these tricks. So now let me know a little bit more about you. What are the things that inspire you? What are the people that inspire you? Who inspires you?
For me, everything in the universe inspires me. The people, the thing, the material thing, everything. I try to learn from everything. Even suppose I'm just driving my car, I try to learn even what the wheel is telling me, what if I horn, what the horn is teaching me. So for me, every little thing teaches me something. Like I'm a good observer.
Okay.
So I'm talking to you and I'm also like, I know I'm learning from you also something. So for me, I am a very good learner. And always remember, if you're a good learner, you will always shine in life, because you always look at things in a very different perspective. So even if a person is shouting at me, I keep on looking at him and I try to understand that what can I learn from him.
True.
So then that is the reason, I don't see him as shouting at me. I feel as if some guru is standing in front of me and teaching me something. And we always respect our guru. So
True.
for me, everything is a guru for me.
Yeah. I think it's a very powerful technique. I don't know how many of us can practice it because it requires a certain level of emotional state to be in, to practice that somebody is upset or annoyed at us and shouting at us, and then we are just looking at them. But definitely, I think with the tricks that you have told us, I'm sure we will get that kind of attitude. And I fully agree with you. We should never give up on the learning attitude, which I really appreciate that you have. Even I also, prefer, I always love these three words: learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because if
Yeah.
you learn, then you have to unlearn what you have learned, and then only you can learn the new things. So thank you for sharing these powerful insights. Now, in the interest of time, my last question to you would be: what are the things, what are some ways in which we can make, life more peaceful at work? From the corporate standpoint, what are the things that we can do, to make more peaceful organization who are, and people are ambitious, but still they are, basically trying to achieve goals, they're trying to achieve so many things. But having said that, it's also important that they remain peace and they remain at peace with them. So how do we handle that thing?
See, if you ask me, I can just tell you a little spiritual thing, like what I do and I teach, because I don't work in a corporate company, but I teach corporates a lot of things. So for me, it's like I teach them acceptance.
Okay.
See, there are four words, four A's, which is aware, acceptance, acknowledge, and appreciate. So when you are aware of the situation, accept the situation, whatever is happening, acknowledge it and appreciate the situation. And always trust me, nothing happens coincidentally. Whatever is happening in our life always comes to teach us something, to teach us something about ourselves.
True.
So this is one what I feel is important. If you have this attitude of gratitude, I always say attitude of gratitude is very important, and also attitude of appreciation. And also remember one thing, if it's called know thyself. If you know yourself, you will never ever react to what other people are saying. Like I told you that we are an ocean. Now, ocean per se is very calm inside. You are very calm and still inside. But you know what? We live superficial. We never go deep. That is why they say do meditation, do yoga. What is meditation and yoga? It is knowing yourself. When you go inside, when you know who you are, so whatever the others are doing, it doesn't affect you. It is like that ripples. It is just ripples. Those ripples they come and go. And also you should practice certain things, techniques to become resilient. So anything happening, it doesn't affect you. In fact, if you are resilient, you are peaceful. If you're peaceful, you have focus, your concentration is good, and you can take proper decisions at that moment, how to react. You know at that moment whether you should be quiet or whether you should react. The person's others, those things should not affect you, because then we sympathize, we empathize with that person. At least, you know what I always tell people, a very simple way is what I tell them is, like, imagine you are a mental doctor. Just imagine you are a psychiatrist. So who are going to come to you for treatment? Tell me,
people
Megha.
people who are affected with some kind of pain, agony, living in some stressful situation, some kind of mental issues.
Yeah. So imagine you're walking down the street and you see one man throwing stones at you. Do you pick up a stone and throw at him?
No.
You either you move away or you pity him. You feel, oh, he's so sad, he's like this. So, and now I'm a doctor. Now whoever comes to me is mentally troubled. In fact, I have worked in hospitals, psychiatric hospitals, where I have even been slapped and beaten because suddenly they go berserk. So we have to keep these patients in chain. But at that moment, I don't slap them. My duty is what? Being a doctor, my duty is to heal that person. So I looked at him with a lot of compassion in my eyes, and I do everything possible to heal him. So I always tell my people, imagine you are a psychiatric doctor, and whoever is in front of you is mentally sick. So he will never behave sane. You are sane, but he is insane. At that very moment, your energy shifts. You start looking at him in a very compassionate eye. So even if he's screaming or shouting, you are feeling bad for him. You're feeling I should do something to help him out of this situation rather than you also reacting the same way and getting angry.
True. True.
So even when you see an alcoholic and he's shouting and screaming, what do you say? You say in Hindi, हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, अरे पिया हुआ है, कुछ भी बोल रहा है. Don't listen to him. He पिया हुआ है. He is not in his senses. So always think the other person is either deep, very drunk, or he's insane. That's the reason he's reacting like this. So just leave him alone. He will become okay. And if needed, let me go and help him, treat him. So you become the doctor and he becomes the patient.
True. Very nice.
See how peaceful you feel at that moment.
True. So I think,
change your story. I always say change your story.
no.
It helps. Changing your story helps a lot.
Sure. So thank you, Doctor. You have given us very valuable, power bombs, learnings, insights, practical training. There's so much more that we can do, but I think that we can do on some other day because we are running out of time. So thank you for coming over, and thanks for teaching us and sharing your knowledge and experience with us. Thank you so much.
Sure, sure. Welcome. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day and a very blessed, miraculous day, all of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.